Ah,
Are you saying that I found that, or one of them found that?
while you were searching this occurs.
Okay. What type of magic do I detect from it?
There we go. That'll do. Don't look at it too closely. It's supposed to be black, but there's no pure black. So
I actually don't see anything.
that go down
It's
to
down at the pit.
yeah.
Oh.
It's down to the pit. Up here, there's nothing. Down to the pit that emerges from the depths. The radius for detect magic is pretty large, right?
I forget whether it's 30 or 60 in this version, but
We'll say it's that unfamiliar bad juju that you've sensed before. You can't really put a name to it. Although you also sense a blend of, in addition to the uh, source of energy, you also detect a lot of cold in there as well.
cool. So wait, did you say it reminded me of something else?
You've sensed this sort of unknown energy, like from the shadow predators, and
I relay this.
as mentioned, the orb that Sai shattered earlier also felt much the same way.
That. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my voice now.
Don't do that. You need that.
Generally speaking, yes.
Usually.
Kinda. Sorta.
Ish.
Ish. Yeah. Hey. Let me see there. That is it.
It's the big black orb right of the pit, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's supposed to be black. Unfortunately, there's no pure black orb, but
If you double click it, you can tint it black.
I would suppose this is true. Oh yeah,
Which would probably make it darker.
Oh dear.
there we go. That's
This is
slightly
not the
better.
time for this. This. She. Okay, first off, I apologize for any background noise. Well, she turns to the rest of the party. Well, remember that orb that I was investigating? That one that just broke.
It's a little hard to forget.
Then I said, yes, I'll bring it back once I'm done. No. No. This is the same thing.
So what are we gonna do with it?
The one that does the temperature.
Oh, see, how much does Saya know from what you've told me? Because I remember everything you've told me about what they do. How much does Saya know about it?
Give me a nature check or even religion about this particular orb.
Not dang, can't be Arcana.
No, I said Arcana, nature, or religion.
Oh, okay, you cut out.
Yeah, Arcana, nature, or religion.
I'm getting so low on this.
Well, it's similar, but you don't know for sure how similar it is.
Can Corvide make one of those checks?
Sure.
So you said Arcana or nature, right?
Or religion.
Or religion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, I'm actually
Yeah.
proficient in one of
It's
those.
an orb that probably has to do with friendlies.
Yes, that's an accurate
Can I-
statement.
Can I do the thing?
Yes, you can do the thing.
I'm gonna do a thing.
Everyone make Arcana. Hey, okay.
27.
All right. So
And then I
Looking at-
recast guidance.
looking at it, 27. All right. Yeah, I'll just tell you. So this thing you get to. First off, the mechanics of it. One, you can destroy it to give everybody a permanent +1 to their ability scores. Or two, you can use it to cast Cone of Cold once per long rest.
This is not what you told me.
Well, each one is a little bit different in what they do.
Oh, how I
That's
so
why.
wish I had
Yes.
known we were getting 2 of these in a row before I picked the first one.
We actually had a third one.
Oh,
We missed it.
oh,
Um,
oh.
so what it is you realize that this is a bit of the essence that made up Astrid. Like, these are the energies that were infused. This is a bit of the energies that was infused with her that have managed to escape and sort of convalesce and condense. And upon looking at this, you realize that Astrid herself was actually apparently hyper infused with cold. Thus, your fire attacks were super effective.
Oh, nice.
But yes, that is what this orb can do.
So she can only resist her own abilities. Because she's an ice type.
Oh my word.
I found it weird that those totally not water elementals don't know what you're talking about. Didn't have a resistance to fire. I was like, wait, what?
If I recall, they can put out fires.
But they just
Or in-
like I looked and it's like, oh, they're immune to acid, and apparently if you hit them with cold spells, something happens. What?
Yeah,
Anyways,
because you freeze parts of
Yeah.
your body.
I get that. And I was like, okay, but I was like, why aren't you resistant against fire? Well, anyways, we get digress.
You're made of
Um,
water.
So so that is what it is. Essentially, it's crystal. It's in a sense semi-crystallized essence. There's nothing of Astrid left in it. It's just this is what was made her the monster that she was,
You
or
know,
a fragment thereof.
sorry to bring it back to that, but they're not even immune to being burned either, are they?
Nope.
So you can catch them on fire.
Yep. Don't worry about it. Before, when you
No.
broke it, that came from a previous encounter.
That came from a spider.
Oh, right, yes. And then to read your question correctly, no, you would not be absorbing ash. That would not be it. Like I said, this essentially what you're looking at is the glue that held that monster together, or at least a bit of that glue that held that monster together.
It's not absorbing Astrid, it's absorbing the thing that Astrid fused with.
And and Astrid is gone.
Or
There's just
the stuff in between Astrid and the other thing.
Also-
Somebody said something about a third one that we missed.
Yeah, that's. We'll talk about that after session.
yeah. We'll discuss these once we're done. But
It's just some fun facts.
let us carry on.
My wayward players.
So what did she? The orb just floating there now, on top of the water, just a little above the water.
All I know is that this is similar.
Bygone, do you share this information with your party?
Oh, yes. I assumed that I was describing it as you described it.
Ah, very good then. So yes,
I should have said
Okay,
so.
I retract what I said.
right. So now knowing what Bygone knows, what do you say?
Slightly different then.
Seems that way.
There was something else about the other one that's different. Okay, the question is what to do.
I say we take it and worry about that later.
You do understand that keeping these here and intact.
We're not
Word.
keeping it here.
Well, fine. If any of us were to die and hold on to this, then there would be a problem. He might get it back.
I'm not suggesting we wait long. Just leave the ruins first.
Dear, fine. They'll take it.
All right, so you're grabbing it.
Mhm.
All right, who's grabbing it?
Corvi.
Okie dokie. Add one spoopy orb to your inventory.
Okay.
That's the official name. Spoopy orb.
Technically, it's Essence of the Beast, but
I mean, I gave it a very long name.
that is what it's
Very
called.
weird, though.
Essence of the Crocker Docker.
Technically, it's the Beast, but yes. Well, it could be an alligator.
We've identified it as a Crocker Docker though already.
the beast.
Fair. Besides, I like crocodile. I like the way crocodiles look better than alligators.
That's
Well,
fair.
Another thing.
So
I'm
I don't
stopping
know.
right.
The word isn't coming to me.
I'm stopping right
All
to cast
right.
Find Family.
right. So you're casting Find Familiar. Is anybody else doing anything during that time?
Whoa.
Better question. Does anybody want to do anything before we switch back to the previous screen, or the switch back to the upper part of the ruin?
Let's see. Well, that takes an hour to cast, so short rest.
Long, please.
You guys will get a long rest after this.
Okay. Since it's been
Then I'll
like
cast
at
it
least
while
a month,
taking the long.
might need brief refreshing on some things like
Although if we're
sequence of
going to be
events.
taking a long rest, ooh.
You'll need a refresher on what?
Sequence of events that like what were the important things that just happened and are happening soon? Like the council meeting is tomorrow.
Yes, the council meeting is tomorrow, which was called in response to an attack on House Ba, during which Savon, one of Dandy's buddies, attacked.
Right.
Who is currently being treated by
We
Winterfrost.
We subdued and apprehended.
You guys saved the life of Gear. And then you learned about this location, came here.
All right, we came here because of divination.
Yes, you got really high in your divination. So the next major event, as it were, is the council tomorrow, unless you guys do to that.
Okay. Also, I need to pick up the sword I commissioned before then.
Yes. But yes, so before we leave this area, is there anything anybody wants to do?
Oh.
Dandy, you believe you were trying to say something earlier?
No.
All right.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Anything interesting in here?
No, just some old empty sarcophagi.
Detect magic.
They're unmagical. If that's a phrase.
Boo. Well, if an hour has passed, this guy disappears.
Investigation of the upper chamber.
No, I'm
Go
ready.
ahead. Roll one more. Go ahead and roll one more investigation. See what happens.
Oh.
What's your bonus
Um,
investigation?
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's impossible. Wait. Hang on.
I mean,
Oh wait, you're
it's not impossible.
Oh yeah, you could have an intelligence of 0. Yeah, you're okay.
Yep. Sorry, you don't find anything in particular.
Not every rogue is an arcane trickster.
All right.
Right.
Then in that case, we'll go ahead and transition back to the previous screen.
Poop is a swashbuckling rogue. Oh wow, this looks so
It's gonna take a
different.
while. Well, it's going to take a while to load.
Hey, look, guys!
there's a lot
I have my other sword back.
to load.
Every rogue is a swashbuckler rogue.
There we go. Okay.
When you
Now
think,
it's...
when
I
you
have
really
an
think about it,
inquisitive rogue.
Ah, you were fooled. The giant door is in the way. No, just kidding.
I crushed the door.
Rogue.
I crushed the door beneath my hoof.
It shatters into 1,000 imaginary pieces.
Mm.
When you get back, you find the mercenaries and the ex-assassin all just sort of chilling there, looking a little uneasily at each other.
I call out, Astrid is dead.
Bagwong just looks like it wasn't no big deal.
Oh, hold on. He needs to move. There we go.
Dandy also looks like it wasn't any big deal, but he's still proud of it.
He just standing behind Dandy, like reinforcing the sentiment.
Are you serious? She's dead?
Yes.
There's no way. You guys killed her?
It wasn't even hard.
Unfortunately.
She didn't stand a chance. Even with her predator magics.
She didn't leave any choice either.
Oh. Oh, her sister's gonna be mad.
I hope so.
Alright, we better lay low for a while. The Sisters Grom are not known for their level-headedness.
I think you need to adjust what you call them from now on.
Yeah, that would be people who are out for our necks.
Yeah.
Well,
they're no longer the Sisters Grom.
I suppose that's true.
Now it's just the one Grom.
Sister Grom, one of them chuckles.
Bagwong nods over towards the weird sheep things. Those things give you any trouble?
Well, they pop awake every once in a while, but we just smack them on the head and back down they go.
He nods approvingly.
Well, we don't know what to do with them. You guys want to keep them alive, so your problem. It really,
Fair enough. We'll probably bring them back to Snowdawn.
whatever. Right, Snowdawn was what I meant to say earlier. And with that, they leave.
Snowdawn gets all the problem children.
She,
So, what are you
it is
doing
a
now?
me?
I'm just gonna wait for tomorrow and see what happens. Maybe check on my friends.
I think I need to go think for a while.
Well, know that if you need any help, I'll be here.
I'll keep that in mind.
Once you've
Thank
led a
you.
state, look for me.
And with that, she that's
Oh. Wait,
yes.
Mhm.
I used your weapon for a just cause.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, she kind of barely had a head to cut off, so I had to improvise.
I see. But she is dead. And I am free. Thank you. Ew.
Yeah.
To be fair, they were electrocuted, so.
Calm down, Velvet. Ah.
You get on my hooves.
Alright, so you guys head upstairs?
Not yet.
I suppose we do.
Oh,
No, Corvine says not yet.
What are we doing?
We have this ship.
Yeah, what are we doing?
I'm gonna put the sheep in my inventory
If I recall, they are.
Yes.
Are they?
Dandy can do this.
Yes, they are chained up.
Yes,
Chained. And then they're blindfolded as well.
I will not stop you from adding them to your inventory.
Oh,
Because he actually can do this.
you want
But you
to.
cannot. But you cannot keep them there. But you cannot keep them there forever. You must deposit them.
Do you not remember the last time Dandy did this? It's even better that they're sheep.
So I'm guessing
It's
you
a
got.
sheep stack.
So what do? You like just tie them to Dandy, like one on each side and one
No,
on the
it's a
back?
sheep stack.
Okay.
All three of them tied upward.
All right.
He's got a traffic light on his back.
Um.
Gotta organize
You
them as
better
such.
arrange it like the traffic light.
Anything
So-
else you guys want to?
I still have the cultist in my inventory. I never got rid of him.
You should probably.
Oh my gosh,
remove
that guy's rotting by now.
So,
The smelly. I was wondering what that smell was.
so will they
I didn't want
steer
to say
away?
anything.
That's a good question. Will they wake up from this?
What are you guys going to do with them?
Oh, that's a good question.
Remember taking the problem children snowed on, like we always do?
Yeah,
I was gonna say Snowdawn.
problem children with Snowdawn.
Possibly, yeah. That sounds like a good idea, but
I'm sure.
Wait,
I'm sure.
Amber, what are you doing? You're what?
I don't know. If you want to haul the corpse, I'm not going to stop you.
I don't know.
What? The sheet says I'm over carrying capacity, but I think it might be counting my goal.
I think that guy's beyond dead.
Fair
There's a
enough.
timer on that.
Well, you never know until you try, right?
You never know. That's true.
Let's see.
The timer is pretty long.
I know.
Eh. Go ahead.
I know we have 2 Espins. Was one of the Espins the researcher one at Snowdawn?
Yes.
Yes, and the other one
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
Okay,
the one-
'cause I was
The ones who
gonna say, I bet Espin will have some something to do with them.
the one who's a bit of an elitist, a little bit of a jerk, but at least he doesn't eat people.
And it's the one that gave Sai the orb.
We might also be able to see if they're more amiable now that they know that we've won.
Unlikely, but possible.
All right, so I take you guys head over to Snowdawn.
Mm-hmm. And
Seems
possibly
like a-
give them the good news.
Sensible first stop.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to Theer the Mind for a moment. All right, need to. Yes. Okay. All right, as you guys leave this place. Oh, did you guys see the picture I put into Fate of Foenum?
No.
The MS Paint that I put in. I posted. I think it was yesterday. And the idea is it showed how the abandoned toll booth that you guys went into connected to the bridge.
Oh, yes. That one. I saw it.
Yeah, it sits on the side, and there's a part of it that wraps down and around underneath the bridge, and then
that.
it goes and connects to the pillar, and then you go down the pillar to get down to where you saw.
Reminded me of the pit stop at the Offslot Dyke.
So it I mean I didn't do the best job describing it, but that is what it looks like.
Well, speaking of stoplights, the mods are a reverse stoplight again.
I always find that to be incredibly amusing.
No, we are a stoplight.
But as you step out, it is on towards evening. The sun is nearly set, and there's a small army of guards waiting outside. No, I'm just kidding. Instead, the bridge is surprisingly absent.
I knew it. I knew Corbin was going to get arrested.
There's a surprising absence of activity on the bridge, and
And the small army of guards is actually at the edge of each side of the
they actually have a giant bird cage just waiting,
Uh-huh.
and inside is a nice beating heart. But
Let's head Snowdawn.
yes, let us head to Snowdawn. When you arrive at the gates of Snowdawn, it is pretty
I found
early.
myself.
Well, actually, hold on. Is it unusual for the bridge to be?
Yes,
that absent?
this is the main thoroughfare. This is one of the major streets because the Nobleham Confederation is at the other end of it.
Yeah. So yeah,
Um,
Borderland's gonna voice about that. That there should be people here.
Yes, you should. Quick perception. Nah.
no,
That,
there might 17. No,
way worse than that
you don't
bastard.
really see anybody. So likewise,
Do you think we should check the Confederation, see what's going on? I know we're pressed for time, but
Do you think they might have acted early?
not sure. Oh no, the cave music stopped.
well, you're not in the sewers anymore. So
The rain's not in a cave? You liked it, man.
where are you guys going?
She lifts her head, looks over to Corbine. Is this about that stunt earlier?
Stunt?
Corbine, when you jumped off the bridge, people saw.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it'll be alright, but please be more careful.
Maybe we should avoid the Confederation then.
Let's just go to Snowdown for now.
All right, you guys off the Snowdawn?
I believe that's the plan.
Seems like it.
All right. For the sake of time, when you arrive at Snowdawn, they are surprised to see you, Espen in particular, but he does take a great interest to the sheep, and he says he will indeed. He'll take the opportunity to add it to the growing pile of things that you guys are giving him to research. A fact that he both enjoys and resents in equal measure.
Corbin warns them to be careful because they can hurt people with their voice. But
Noted.
also not to get them killed like some of the other ones.
He says, "Well, there are 3 of them. I have 2 chances to not mess up."
I would like you not to mess up a single time.
It was a joke, Miss It was a joke, Miss Winterblood.
Noted.
Let's see. Yes, and you guys would, and I presume you guys wish to tell Dawn and her husband that Astrid is dead.
No, sure.
I mean, you don't have to. I'm just simply asking if that's what you guys are doing.
Saya has no
Probably.
preference. She's happy that Astrid's dead.
That
Like
sounds
one
like
would mention that it'd be good to let them know that one of the last remaining threats has been dealt with. And if that list is accurate, Oystein should be the only one left. that isn't accounted for.
Well, this information is greeted with great relief. Although some hesitation as well. Dawn speculates that now that Astra is dead, perhaps her sister will be even more reckless. And this is something they'll need to bring before the council. And if that's
As long as she can't turn into a monster.
I've learned to put it past her.
Dawn nods somberly. So without any objections, shall we skip to the next day?
Nope. Level up right now.
Is my sword ready?
Roll up.
Yes, your sword is ready, and you guys will level up once you're done with the session.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
see,
there's
I'm checking the stone.
There's a point I want to reach, although thinking about it, we probably reach that point pretty easily next session.
I mean, we have 20 solid minutes.
You know what? Let's play it safe and let's go ahead and get to the point I want to get to. That way, to guarantee we have all the time that we need for the final session. All right. The next morning comes, and the various you guys are actually you guys are actually invited, or Dawn invites you guys to the council to basically testify about the various things that you have seen. But it takes a while for things, to get going to what happened. And you guys, essentially, your presence is requested early in the morning, and then you aren't, and the actual meeting doesn't start until about late afternoon. Nevertheless, they would like you on hoof in case the meeting starts earlier. Thus, it is about 1 o'clock. While the group is hanging around, when a messenger approaches hurriedly and exhausted and out of breath, and looking much like the predator, much like the devourer, healed. Okay. He looks up. I have terrible news. Terrible news for all of you.
What? What is it? What?
First, I have been sent by a friend of yours. A friend who knew a bit too much. And he wanted me to tell you what has happened. He turned towards Amber. There was a house that you visited. That you visited often, up in Northern Rain, correct?
Oh no. What?
The house has been destroyed.
What happened?
The house has been destroyed. There's no
Which
trace of
house?
it. The house that she, pointed Amber, visited.
What?
A name.
He thinks for a second. Zinzi, yes. Her home has been destroyed.
Wait.
Who told you this?
When did this happen?
This morning.
Who told you?
An old friend of yours in the burrows. And that's not all. He turns towards Bai Guang. Your crewmates, apparently, they were given some sort of drink this morning, and it put them into a frenzy, and they tore each other to pieces, and the ship has been sunk. I'm sorry, but your crew and ship are lost.
Bai Guang just looks disbelieving and dumbfounded.
He turns towards Corvine. I am sorry to tell you this, Miss Winterblood, but your aunt has been found dead.
Sai immediately goes to Corvine's side.
He then turns towards Dandy. Your home is nothing now but a smoldering fire pit, and the trees around it have all caught ablaze.
Where is Vesper?
Last I heard, he was still in House Ba.
All right. That's all I care about.
We got everybody else out of that house already, right? Lagwang asks Dandy.
Yeah, everything's fine.
He then turns towards Saye. I think you have the most grim of all the news. Your home. It's called Chime, yes?
Yeah. Yes?
There's nothing left. And no one left.
She immediately charges straight toward him. Just stops right in front of his face. And then stares straight into his eyes. Say that one more time.
I'm the messenger. I'm sorry, but there's nothing left of your home. Everything and everyone and everything. Apparently there was some sort of horrible beast that had emerged this morning and destroyed everything.
Fight against it.
And the friend who found out all this information sent me to tell you.
Who?
The informant in the burrows. I know you've done business with him a couple of times.
Where's the body?
That guy.
Of your aunt?
Yes.
I believe it's still in her office. Or I believe she's still in her office at the docks.
I was some character really missed what Amber said.
I assume you hissed Oystein in response to Amber's question.
Oh no, I'm voicing Amber and Sai, remember?
Oh. Right, fair enough.
I was so into Sai, I completely missed Amber.
The messenger clears his throat, and as I was leaving, I saw my employer about where. Yeah, I see that walks away towards the office, and my employer, as I was leaving, I saw him taken to the sword. And he said to me, to tell you, his last wish is to kill the monster that did all of this.
Wait, out of character. So the informant
Yes.
guy that we talked to is also dead now?
Yes.
Dang. I kind of begrudgingly liked that guy.
Corvine, Sae snaps and just loses all of her composure. Just screaming. I actually can't do anything like that right now because there's a lot of people in the house.
We'll imagine it.
The breakdown is easily imagined.
There are no tears. It's just screaming in a rage. Until she falls on her knees. I will kill him. I'll end him. Tifa!
Bai Guang just says coldly, I will gladly help you with this.
In the Corvine, you head to the office, and you went straight to the office, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
DM is trying very hard to push Bai Guang toward Paladin of Vengeance.
I mean, that wasn't the goal. In fact, that wasn't even on my mind. But I'm not gonna argue. When you arrive at the office, you see a small crowd outside, but no one is going inside. There appears to be a lot of rumors and whispers, and as you approach, the general crowd sort of parts. What did you say?
I said I forced through it,
Very good.
but yeah, it's
Um,
like
When you arrive, you see Tide. Yes, Tide. Standing there at the entrance, keeping people from coming in, and he sees you, and you see deep sadness in his eyes, and apparently he's been crying for a while.
Corvine walks through.
He lets her. And as you arrive at the office, sure enough, there she is, dead on her desk.
So it's tied near the office.
He's at the entrance trying to keep people from coming in.
Okay. She turns to him. Where is the nearest circle?
He thinks for a second. Probably the family estate, I think.
She nods and picks up Frost.
All right.
And then heads to the estate.
No one really bothers you. In fact, when you walk out, a lot of people gasp in horror at what they see. And just sort of move silently out of the way. And Tide then just closes the door and locks it and follows after.
Okay.
And where do you go?
So you said Vesper was in Snowdawn, right?
House Ball,
Or
you
Ba.
believe.
That's right, Ba.
Where is
It's a
everyone?
really close circle, right?
He's the only one that's not with us.
So when we
What?
Sai's not with them.
when the messenger approached you guys were all chilling at House Snowdom, basically in one of the reception rooms, waiting for the, all right, let's go to the council now.
So
So yes, where do you take her?
to the circle to teleport to Ba.
All right. When you arrive in Ba, the reindeer on the other end sort of looks a bit surprised. Oh, hello. Oh,
Where's Vesper?
isn't he at home?
Is he?
I believe he went home for the night. I don't know for sure.
He takes the circle to Vesper's house.
It fails.
Do you have a healer?
Yes. We have a couple on staff.
Take me to them. Now.
Very well. While he's doing this, is there anything anybody else wants to do or take care of?
I stayed behind to comfort Sai.
But Sai is in a bit too much of a raging fit to even comprehend doing anything.
OC, can I have my new spell early?
Sure.
I cast Calm Emotions.
I mean, seems as good a time
You
as
can
any.
choose to make a save if you want to. It's a charisma save.
Knowing Sae, she probably would want to fail it.
That's an area, right?
I think so. I think I can exclude myself through positioning.
But I mean, would Bai Guang get hit with that as well?
Are you still here too?
Yeah.
Everyone is here except Corvine.
And Waluigi just by the point. Sorry, I shouldn't derail my own session. Anyways, yeah, so everyone's there but Corbine.
Nobody else has said that.
He casts it on the party and says, "This is no time to mourn. This is only time. It's only time that we finish this."
Yes. Time to act and mourn later.
Yes. Corbine, you find a couple of healers who are shocked and appalled, but will take her and see what they can do. They admit they're not Vesper, but they're pretty sure that they're fairly certain they can handle it.
With an off Vesper.
So, yeah, Corvine's
I really thought that sheep was Vesper.
Yes, Corbine? Corbine is going to...
give me just a second.
Sure.
Also, I mentioned coming up with divination questions after session when we have more time. I suppose it's a bit late to see or to ask the divination spell if the other Grom is going to do anything we should be concerned about.
So yes, Corvine hands over all her money.
They say that it's unnecessary as she saved Gear's life. So
Okay.
a life for a life, essentially. And I take it you head back to the group?
Well, yeah, she heads back to Sai
Alright.
after a bit of thought.
Alright. Some short time later, Corvine rejoins. And as she does so, you all suddenly hear a scream. You hear a blood-curdling scream in your heads of Olivia's voice. Screams, "Help! Help! They've come for us!"
I teleport everyone to Rospa immediately.
Alright. You cannot teleport directly into a noble house. Thus you appear on the outside of it.
I try to.
The houses are protected from direct teleportation in. You arrive at the entrance.
I see.
DM Fiat.
Well, it also makes sense. Why wouldn't the nobles protect themselves from direct teleportation in?
This is not.
Because I think we've done it before.
Don't worry about it.
Also, the moment Corvine arrived, Sae hugged her.
And you guys can rearrange yourselves however you wish. I just
I
put
don't
you
even
all.
see where we are.
There is one thing I do want to say I've done before we teleported, though.
Yes, and that is.
I close my eyes and I go off to the side a little bit away from the group. Close my eyes and say, "The magic of light. I don't know if you can hear me, and I don't know if you even care. But please, help guide Vesper. Make sure he's okay, because I can't be there for him right now. Show him, let the power of love flow freely, and despite our distance. I have faith in him that he will survive through your power." And then he opens his eyes. And stuff happens, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and arrange yourself as you wish. It actually doesn't make that much of a difference. And we'll turn this off. And as you arrive, you see that the front of House Ball is littered with bodies, a trail of blood going directly inside. And that's where we'll call session.